Hello, welcome again to the lecture series on Margaret Atwood's poetry. Today's lecture is on use of myth in Atwood's poetry. Myth, legends, and fairy tales are recurring themes of her poetry. She tries to redefine mythology through her feminist retellings of myths. Atwood has written many poems based on characters from mythology, like Penelope, the Serene, Sekhmet, Kirke. She questions the classical mythology as it is written from male perspective. She finds that women in mythology remain submissive and unheard. So Atwood gives these women the platform to speak which were denied in their original mythical stories. Atwood's poetry collection, Morning in the Burned House, has a poem, Helen of Troy does counter dancing. In Greek mythology, Helen of Troy is considered as the most beautiful woman, and she was judged for starting the Trojan War. In Atwood's poem, Helen is presented as dancing on top of a counter at a strip club. Her depiction deconstructs the myth of women as angel or goddess. The poem navigates persistent objectification of women throughout history. The speaker expresses the destructive impulse that lurks behind the male gaze in these lines. The rest of them would like to watch me and feel nothing, reduce me to components as in a clock factory or abattoir. Crush out the mystery, wall me up alive in my own body. The poem suggests that women are seen as objects to be consumed by man. Man wished to strip women. The poem introduces feminist resistance in the sense of irony that the most beautiful woman in the world is a prostitute. Another poem to have mythical retelling is Daphne and Laura and so forth. In mythology, Daphne is described as a nymph, chaste and beautiful. The god Apollo admired her too much that, not to be raped by him, she was turned to a laurel tree. In Atwood's poem, Daphne is turned to a spider as well. She begins weaving ideas and means to get revenge. She is presented not as victim but as survivor. The poem is also criticizing the society which blames women for showing so much scheme. As the following lines refers it, I should not have shown fear or so much leg. Atwood is criticizing the mythical narratives as she writes in the poem, gods don't listen to reason, they need what they need. Like these two, there are many other poems by Atwood which are dealing with mythological narratives and retelling of myths. Some titles are Sekhmet, who was an Egyptian goddess of war. Serene song from her poetry collection, You Are Happy. Kirke or mud poems. The poem Orpheus tells about the character of Eurydice, who was a wife of Orpheus. In mythology, Orpheus brings Eurydice back from hell with his charm of music, and Eurydice, like other women characters, has no role to play. In Atwood's poem, she says that she better remained at hell as Orpheus is physically dominant. Atwood uses this male version of myths which are used to form gender identities and stereotypes. She presented new perspective of feminism with her retellings of myth. Thank you for listening carefully. For further reading, the references are put here.